All right. So I know you're active when it comes to community outreach. Just speak on the importance of increasing diversity in the profession.
Oh man, that's very near and dear to my heart. I mean, it's a passion of mine. Being a veterinarian is not something that I knew of many black people doing. I can't tell you how many times during my house call practices and things, people would be like, give me a strange look when they see that I was a black guy, or just say, you know, I don't think meaning it in a bad way, but just saying, I didn't know you people became veterinarians, or I didn't know, black people like veterinary medicine like that. So it's very important to me, being a young pert kid growing up in the rural area, not seeing, any black people, in that profession. I remember when I saw my first, like I said, when I went to Tuskegee and saw a black doctor in the white coat that was a veterinarian for the first time, I can't tell you how much that shook me, in a good way. It was such an inspiring, feeling. And that's the feeling that I said, I'm going to always try to pay that back to my community wherever I'm at. And so I have always, from a student in veterinary school to now, not as much in person due to the pandemic, more web, meetings. I've always tried to give back to the community, mentor students, just let them know how good of a profession veterinary medicine can be for minorities. The veterinary profession is probably one of the least diverse professions in general. I mean, it's just, you just don't, most of your minorities came from Tuskegee that are in veterinary medicine, over 75%. I think Cornell University does a great job, and then some other schools are starting to do a little bit better, but it's not a lot of diversity. So I also realize that even as I climb the ladder to success, I'm still the only minority in the room a lot of times, and so that's very important to me. So I do outreach to, to students from, grade school, middle school, kindergarten, on up to high school, college, PhD, master's students, on up to even human MDs, just giving them that context, of how human and animal health are one medicine, how we're all connected. So, but I do get a lot of positive feedback when I go to schools. I wear the white coat, I put on my stethoscope, because I know visually that has an impact on young black, men and women, that I'm interacting with, because I know it had an impact on me. So, if anytime churches, schools, or anybody's calling for me, to share some positive words, to talk about veterinary medicine, where it's taken me, I literally have traveled all over the world. Coming out of rural South Carolina, I would have never expected, to have done any of that. And, even my family didn't understand the gravity of what, I could do in this profession. So that's been my message to the kids is, you just never know, your potential, and you have limitless potential when it comes to chasing your dreams. And so veterinary medicine was a passion of mine, and I'm happy to share that, to all the young people, in our underserved communities.